You are now tuned into the Panther Nation podcast.
And here are your hosts, Rashad Beard and David Rose.
My fault. What's good, everybody? What's popping? What's popping with the population? Dave, my G, what's good? What's good? Get the energy up.
Yo, man, what's up, man? Draft weekend has ended. We picked up a bunch of folks from the streets that didn't get drafted, so we good to go now, man. How was your weekend, man?
Straight, man. All I did was quarantine and draft. That's it. All weekend. All weekend. Enjoyed the draft. First of all, let me do a couple things, Dave. We got a slew of new followers. So I just want to say welcome to all the new followers. And yes, I see a comment on Mondays for this week and next week. We will be a little late. We usually start at 8:30, but I have a meeting on Mondays that goes a little over. So this is why we're starting late. Starting the week after next, we will be back at 8:30 on time every week. So that's my fault. Again, I apologize if you're brand new. We aren't usually late, but since I've had meetings the past couple weeks that run over, we have been a little late. So I apologize in advance for that. But I promise you we'll make it up in the content. I promise you.
Listen, it don't matter anyway, man. We used to start at 9. Y'all will be all right.
Yeah, man. We used to start at 9 o'clock. So y'all get this bonus couple minutes and be happy. So I got a new mic. So I'm hoping my mic sounds much better. Can y'all give me some feedback on my mic? I got a new mic. I'm hoping it sounds different. Because
it does.
My mic was trash. And so
you finally came around.
I came around. Yeah. So I had the old joint, but then I got the new joint. So now, yeah, we good. So all right. So that's cool. So they saying it sounds good. I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Look, man,
right,
it's night and day.
All right, perfect. I just want to make sure because hey, listen, man, we invest in the product, man. We got a check. We got a check from YouTube. I appreciate that, and it goes right back into the product. So we appreciate it. We appreciate it so much. All right. So Dave, you want to give some overall thoughts on the draft? While I go grab my notes. They're off the printer real quick. Go ahead.
I told y'all, man. I probably should talk more than I told y'all, but I made a prediction that this draft was going to be pretty much defense all the way because of the way that we handle free agency. I thought that defense was the way that we were going to rock with it. I know a lot of folks were disappointed that we didn't draft a receiver, but like I said before, well, we'll probably just get one as an undrafted free agent. But I didn't think we were going to spend any real estate on it. So it happened. We went all defense. We're the first team to do that with 7 picks. So I think the Chiefs did it with 6 picks one season. That's all they had, but we did it with our 7 picks. First time in NFL history that's happened. Yeah. So, shout out to Matt Rule. He knew where the weaknesses were, just like we knew where the weaknesses were, and he did what he had to do. I know people don't like, they weren't all sexy picks, but it was needed picks. We needed to fix our run defense, which was 29th in the NFL last season. We had to fix it. We didn't have to diversify. We did diversify. We pretty much went aggressively on offense for free agency, and we stuck it to the draft. We stuck it to the draft picks for defense and grabbed all the offensive guys, any other offensive holes we needed in unrestricted free agency and with the undrafted folks. So I'm fine with the way we did it. I expected the approach. I know a lot of folks were kind of shocked that we went 7 for 7, but it had to be done.
Yeah. No, I mean, I thought the draft was cool, and we'll dive into it. But, I mean, I think we got a lot of value. When you talk about the later rounds, I think we got some value, some really good value, based on some rankings that I used. I thought we did a decent job. I thought we really did a really decent job, and then followed up, like Dave said, with a really good undrafted free agent haul. I did want some guys that we did not get, i.e. Thaddeus Moss, i.e. Alex Taylor, i.e. Miles Adams. A couple guys that I wanted that we did not get, but that's okay. I thought we did a good job with the haul that we got from undrafted free agency. And listen, we've proved, especially for interior offensive linemen, we've proven over and over again that we can get an interior offensive lineman paid from undrafted free agency, from an undrafted free agent. Okay, so you think about Andrew Norwell, you think about Van Roten, all these dudes got pretty. I mean, Norwell's contract was huge, so we've done a good job of getting interior guys paid. So I'm not too mad at that. And listen, we got short-term patches at left tackle. I would have liked to got a left tackle, absolutely, but that's just not the way it worked. So again, like I said, I've said it before the draft. Our problems will not been fixed or will not be fixed in one draft. This is a multi-year fix. We're gonna be solid. I think we're gonna be decent next year with the moves that we made. But we got a long way to go. Okay, long way to go. But I do like some of the starts. I like the start that we got off to. All right. So Dave, you want to jump into these grades that we provided to the people? And shout out to everybody that took the that did the survey and did the grade. I appreciate that. Your grades will be reflected in this. So you want to jump into this, Dave?
Let's roll, man.
Yeah, so we're gonna go grade by grade. Pick by pick, and get into it. So in the first round, we decided to go Derrick Brown. The whole world called this pick. And listen, I gave you reasons as to why, Pro Football Focus, the analytics folks, don't really like this pick. And I told you why they didn't like Brown, just because of his pass rushing ability it's not quite there yet. Okay, so PFF, the analytics people, they value pass rush. You have to have a pass rush in order to be graded highly in PFF, and that's why they were not really happy with the pick. But you want to go back to our piss poor run defense. This is kind of where it came from. This is an attempt to fix this really bad run defense, and that's what they did. So they went with Derrick Brown, really safe pick. I'm not mad at this pick. I'm not mad. We could have. You can argue Simmons. You can argue some other guys. You can argue a couple offensive linemen. Derrick Brown was an extremely safe pick. So I gave it a B. Dave, you wanna talk to your grade?
Well, I gave it a.
You good? You on? No, go back.
No, I'm not.
Yep.
I gave it an A. I thought it was a big need. I thought this was the need that we needed. We needed this guy. There was talks that he was going to get taken by Detroit. And if that would have happened, that means there would have been two scenarios I could have saw. One would have been somebody trading ahead of us to take Okudah.
Yeah.
Particularly somebody like San Diego possibly could have done something. I mean, LA, the Chargers could have possibly done something like that, but it fell perfectly the way that I wanted. So we needed it badly. I don't know what you guys watched last year, but I saw that we got gassed by every running back imaginable last year. And I understand part of it was because of the injury of KK Short. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we needed to fix it. And the fact that we let Poe go and KK might not be here too much longer after this season, we had to go ahead and make a move and shore up our front line.
Yeah,
so I love the pick.
So Mike is questioning my B grade. So again, I am leaning towards analytics. I'm starting to understand the game a little bit better. I'm learning. Listen, I'm not perfect. I didn't play the game, but I'm learning. I'm really like investing in analytics and trying to understand how to build a team, right? And so if you listen, this is where the B came from. All right. So when you draft a top 10 pick, you want to be as surefire as possible. Okay. And you want it to be at a valuable position. All right. So the reason why I dinged it is because no, I'm not going full analytics, Slim. I got you. I'm not going full analytics. I got you. But the reason why, and let me explain why I gave it a B. So I gave it a B because you need a surefire player, okay? It's going to be as perfect as possible in the top 10, okay? You don't want to wait on a dude to develop a pass rush, okay? We don't need a dude to develop pass rush. We want him to have that, okay? I want him to have that pass rush there. I don't want to wait on somebody to develop. I want it to be there. And yes, he's a good run stopper, but okay, Do you want to invest that much draft capital in a run stopper? You could get run stoppers off the street. You know what I'm saying? That you can get a big cog that can hog up double teams. You can get those guys. You know what I'm saying? You need to be able to rush the passer, and if he develops that, absolutely, 1,000%, he's gonna be great. He's gonna be elite. But what I'm saying is, you're still taking that risk that he has to develop that. He's not there. Even he'll admit it. He admitted it in his introductory conference when Julius Peppers interviewed him. He said, "I got to work on developing the pass rush." So this is not me making it up. This is all the people are saying that. And if listen, my boy Kenny Ty said, if he's once in a generation, then that's what it is. Okay, and then they're saying LSU had to triple team him. Yes, that's LSU. This ain't college no more, my G. You going against professionals. This is not college. So I'm just saying. That's why I dinged it a little bit. Now, if he was a pass rusher, he was Aaron Donald-esque coming out of college, boom, A all day. So it's a good pick. B is not bad, okay? It's a good pick. I'm not mad at the pick. I'm just telling you why I dinged it, all right? So
here's the question of the day.
Yep, go ahead.
Who would you have preferred? You would have preferred Simmons over him in this pick?
I probably would have taken Simmons, but it comes with a caveat. It comes with the caveat that I don't. And again, I said this pick was safe. Simmons, I think, would have been a better pick had we had the right infrastructure around. We don't have the right infrastructure, so I do agree them taking Derrick Brown. But but again, I still have to knock the pick. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give a discount just because we have bad organization. Does that make sense? Like I'm discounting the pick because
I think it's not fair to call it bad organization. It's more to call it organization.
Unknown is what I'm trying to say. Yes, unknown. Yeah. I'm discounting the pick because of the unknown. That's what it is. I'm not saying that it's a bad pick. And I would have had Simmons given the right infrastructure. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
So
I'm cool with it. I think Simmons would have been is high risk. Simmons is more high risk, high reward than Brown is. Period.
I agree with that, and especially if you. Go ahead, my fault.
I know that we got a lot of Clemson fans that are also Panthers fans in the chats and in the group meets, and I know a lot of folks wanted him to stay home, but the reality is, man, he's high risk. He's high risk, high reward.
I agree. I don't disagree with you, Dave. But I just given the right situation, he's going to Arizona. I don't know what their infrastructure is like. I don't know what their defense is. I don't know. But
they got a second-year head coach in Arizona.
No, I know that, but I don't know how their defensive coordinator, if he has this the kahunas to play Simmons the right way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. But anyway, no, I agree. I want Brown to be elite. If he develops a pass rush, he's out of here, and it's gonna be the sky's the limit for Derrick Brown if he develops that pass rush. He just cannot be. You don't spend that kind of draft capital on a dude just to stop the run. Like you can do better than that. That's all I'm saying. All right. So that's it for Derrick Brown. Any more thoughts on Derrick Brown?
Nah, man. And the nation thinks A minus. So y'all with me?
The nation. They a couple B's in there. They with me. They kind of see where I'm coming from. But so it averaged out to a minus. All right. So moving on. YETUR GROSS-MATOS. We took him in round 2, pick 38. This dude was kind of all over the place. Okay, with his grades, I saw him as high as 16 in somebody's big board.
Yeah. Supposedly, there's the speculation that Hurney was trying to trade up to get him.
Yeah,
back into the first round to get him, and I am so glad that did not happen, because we would have had to give him a pick for next year to do it, and I would have felt a certain type of way about it. So I'm glad it worked out. They really wanted this kid, and he fell right into their lap.
Yeah, no, I like the pick. Listen, I watched a couple Penn State games when this dude was out, and I like him. He's good, but I think most critics would say that he wasn't as dominant as he should have been, given the physical traits that he has. And so there's a little ding on him as far as that's concerned. I gave this a B, and it goes to the same.
Tough.
The same criticisms I have for Derrick Brown are the same criticisms I have for YETUR GROSS-MATOS. If you go look at the film, he is a run. This dude can stop the run. Okay, I have no problems with that. My man can stop the run, but his pass rush ain't there. Okay, you can't. Okay, so you telling me if you line up, you have Burns, you have Burns, Brown. You got KK and you got GROSS-MATOS. You've got two very good pass rushers. You got so I can double team Burns. I can get him out of here. I can probably not double team Burns. Excuse me. I can double team Brown. Burns is gonna get his, okay. But I ain't gotta worry about blocking this dude 1-on-1 because he's a decent pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? He's not very good. I'm not worried about him 1-on-1. So that's what I'm saying. KK will eat. KK should eat. KK will eat.
That's my point. So they got the yin yang action going. Like they're gonna have two guys that can stop the run pretty well. They're gonna have two guys that can rush the passer. If they can mix them and move them around, that will become problematic, man.
How'd that work out with Poe when Poe was around?
I mean, Poe was more accustomed to a 3-4. Then Poe got hurt.
I'm just asking the question. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. Go ahead.
Then the Poe Berry Biscuits came to play, and then it didn't happen. Nah, Poe had injury problems, man.
I'm just saying. I agree. I'm just asking the question. Okay, I mean, KK missed a star. I agree. But are we okay with spending that kind of draft capital on a star Lutulele?
Yeah, why not?
I'm asking the question. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. Yeah. I'm asking the question because I think that's his floor. His floor is star. Okay, that's Derrick Brown. That is. I'm talking about Derrick Brown. Okay, that's his floor. Okay,
that's a pretty good floor.
No, I think I agree. I agree. I agree with you. But I'm saying that's his floor. But if you add pass rushing, it goes out of this building. Is what I'm trying to say.
Dude, right. Like if he gets up, listen. If Derrick Brown gets a pass rush, we're gonna lead the league in sacks.
That's what I'm saying, Dave.
Period.
That's what I'm saying. But that's an if. That's an if. All right, let's stay on GROSS-MATOS. My bad. We're getting excited. Stay on GROSS-MATOS. All right. GROSS-MATOS. So again, the knock on him, same thing. Pass rush isn't quite there. I did a film session on it, looked at it, and his run stopping, setting the edge, I was like, wow, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this dude's ability to set the edge. But his pass rush isn't there. And you would think with his ability, with his size, his ability, you think it would. And his traits, his physical traits, you think it'd be a little bit better. All right. So the one thing I came away with, and I think somebody posted this on Twitter. I forget. I will give you the credit, but I forgot who it was. And I came up with this. I think his floor is Wes Horton. So Wes Horton, very good run stopper. Can we agree there?
Yes.
So are you fine with spending a second round pick on Wes Horton?
Look, man.
That's why I gave it a B. All right, that's what I gave it a B. That's why I gave it a B, Dave. That's why I gave it a B. So, but at the same time, his ceiling is probably Greg Hardy. He's exact same size as Greg Hardy. Exact measurements, everything. He's exact same as Greg Hardy. So if he can develop a pass rush, he's out of this world too. You know what I'm saying? So it's an if. That's why I gave it a B.
I think the value's there. That's why I gave it an A. I think the value's there. I think he's going to be fortunate to have KK and Brian Burns to help out, and then on top of Derrick Brown.
I agree.
So like I think that's gonna propel it. That's for me, that propels it. Like he doesn't have to be a freaking superstar first year. Like we know that this upcoming year is gonna be like a trials period when it comes to these players. Like Rule is literally trying to rebuild this team. So the first year is gonna be more of a trial period. So all you Trevor Lawrence fans might get your wish. Because I could see a scenario where we're not that good this year. I could see us fighting. I could see us go like 4-12, and it'll be the most fightable 4-12 you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I could legit see that type of season because we have a rough schedule too. But I think this upcoming season is going to be about the growth of these rookies because all of these rookies.
Okay, so
we'll get to that later.
somebody made a great point though. Somebody made a great point, and I agree that we got to stop hoping and wishing and praying that this dude can develop because you can sum this grade up or sum this draft up as I got a bunch of athletes, I got a bunch of dudes with traits, but I got to develop them, bro. This is not college, my G. That's where I'm concerned because you got essentially what you did. This is what I equate what they did. They went they're playing Madden, right? And you went and you sorted by height and weight, and you just got you sorted by height, weight, 40 time, and you just got the best dude you could grab. And like that's what it seems like we did. Like in some of these late picks, you just got dudes with attributes. You know what I'm saying? And you're hoping that you can develop cats. I don't know, Dave. I gotta see.
I'll tell you what, man. If Rule's the coach that he says he is, him and his staff is gonna be able to develop some of these guys. Like they got talent. They're coming in with a level of talent, right? These first two picks are coming in with some phenomenal talent. We're talking run stoppers. So they're coming in with some talent. So there's just some level of development that Phil Snow's going to have to do. And when we get through all the draft picks, I'm going to say something that's going to be interesting. And I don't want to use it yet.
Okay. So that's my point, Dave. We are talking about it's completely unknown. Like if you're saying, all right, so we're saying this. Let's go back and say, all right, we know what we got in Rivera, right? We knew that certain positions would be great if they drafted them. Certain others, we were like, all right, we're gonna be a little concerned. Okay,
stop right there. Stop right there.
Stop right there. Go ahead.
You didn't know what you had in Rivera your first season.
Agreed. But Dave,
you had no idea.
But Dave, that's what I'm trying to tell you is that's where I'm concerned. That's my concern right now with Rule is I have no clue if what positions they're going to be good at developing. Dave, we got all college people on our staff. How much development are they? How much do we expect for them to develop NFL players? That's my fear is that you're just picking dudes with attributes and hoping to develop them. Are we gonna? What I'm just unknown. It's unknown.
It's more clear to me because the one thing I noticed through this process, through this draft, watching it was that how many Baylor players got drafted. There weren't many.
Yeah,
there were like 4.
Yeah.
4 or 5, right?
I think the 3 go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, so all right, for whatever, I'll say 4 for the sake of it. I'm not sure what the number was, but it was low. All right, it wasn't LSU or it wasn't an SEC school. So like they only had like 3 or 4 players drafted, and he had Baylor knocking on the door to the freaking playoffs.
This ain't college, Dave.
I know that, but my point is, I know that's not college, but that shows an attribute that he can coach his ass off because he's able to build that with not necessarily 5-star recruits like Alabama or LSU has, and still be a top 10 squad.
100%.
I know this isn't college. I get it, but there's something there.
I agree. I'll give you that.
And he's gonna have the opportunity to show that something. I think first 2 rounds he grabbed some talented guys in needy spots that fixes a problem that we had last year. Period. And we had a lot of problems.
Okay,
but
so
there was no glaring problem in the fact that we couldn't stop nobody on the ground.
Let me jump in with this problem thing though. Is the problem that we couldn't stop the rush? That's under a whole different scheme, a whole different regime.
No, I get it. But the thing is, you look at your chart right now, right? You pull up your little color map.
It's gonna happen. I'm bringing it up.
I know it's happening.
It's coming.
Your super map, right? Your super color coded map. Let me tell you something, bro. It ain't nearly as red now than it was before.
It's true, but it ain't green. It ain't all green either, though, Dave. That's my point. That's my. So Ocho, whatever this dude feeds. Hey, you probably 100% right. So just to get, if you knew, I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat. But just to give you an idea from how I'm a pessimist by nature, right? You got to show me, and once you show me, I'm good. I'm not just gonna get out here and be like, oh yeah, we about to be great. Maybe in 2 years we might be great. That could be 100% true. I don't know. But I have to be convinced. You got to show me. I agree, and you can't fix it in one draft. I 1,000% agree with you. I 1,000% agree with you. All right. So let's move on because we spend a lot of time. We got to get through all these picks first. All right. Moving on. Pick number 3. Jeremy Chinn traded up to get him. Round 2.
Watch your video on that.
Traded up to get him. Jeremy Chinn. Round 2, pick number 64. All right. So Dave, what are your thoughts on this pick?
So everybody that wanted Isaiah Simmons, here's your guy. And I like him. Don't get me wrong, but I think when we made the decision to pick Derrick Brown, you knew they were going to try to pick a versatile player on the defensive side of the ball, and this is your guy right here.
Yeah, that's a problem for me, Dave, and that's why I gave this bad boy a C.
You're very tough.
I gave it a C, Dave, and let me tell you why. So I feel like they saw Simmons. They evaluated Cab. That's funny. They evaluated Simmons, and they said, "Hey, this guy's intriguing. Let me go see. We're not gonna get him. We got Derrick Brown locked up, but let me go see if I can find someone that's maybe just a smidge like him." And I think what happened was the kid. I don't remember his name. They gave the kid from Lenore Ryan. Somebody in the chat, tell me who it is.
You're talking about.
Lenore Ryan safety. I think they wanted him.
Oh, Duggar, Kyle Duggar.
Kyle Duggar. That's who they wanted. Kind of similar. They wanted Kyle Duggar. They wanted to get a guy, and they said, "All right, we got to trade up. Boom, and then get your boy, okay." And then they trade up, and they got a light player in Isaiah Simmons. They wanted a light Isaiah Simmons, and they got Jeremy Chinn. Okay, I looked at the dude's film. I was not impressed. Not impressed at all. But this goes back to what we said earlier.
But time out, man. Hold on.
Go
Stop
ahead.
right there, man.
My fault. Go
I
ahead,
understand. Man. Like he had his moments. I know which game you weren't impressed by because I actually watched your film. If you guys didn't watch it yet, y'all should go check it out. It's pretty cool. He went over a couple games that Jeremy Chinn played in, but the one that he particularly went in was North Dakota State, the 7-time national champion North Dakota State. You went and look. I know what play you're talking about. Yo, that play was bad, bro.
He whiffed so hard, bro. He whiffed so hard.
That play was wrong.
He whiffed so bad, bro.
He made other plays in that game. He did.
He made a couple plays, but he whiffed.
I guess the best FCS team.
He whiffed so bad, yo.
And that team wasn't that good either. Southern Illinois wasn't that good of a team last year.
No, they're not good. They're not very good.
Yeah,
But yeah, so I'm not sold on this pick. This is another, hey, let me sort by height, weight, 40 time in this position, and let me go get the best athlete I can get, and hopefully I can coach him up. In the second round, do you feel comfortable that that's going to happen in the second round, man? Listen, and there were some rankings that were high on him. Okay, they were out there high on this cat. So I'm not sure.
There was a couple folks who thought this kid was should go middle of the second round. He was sitting there at the end. So I understand why they came in to go get him. I'm happy with the pick. I think he's going to end up starting. I think he's going to be. I think he's starting. Yeah,
even Pro Football Focus said he's a far more athlete than a football player at this point. So he's got the athletic, attributes, but I mean, even if you watch the diagnosing of the plays, he was just slow on a couple different things. And listen, that's my concern too. Instincts was the big knock on him. He doesn't have instincts. He can't diagnose that well. Is that something you can teach? You can go over and you can do some film study, but instincts, that's just not something you can just teach, and it just comes processing. That's a thing I guess practice makes perfect. Is that what we're hoping?
Well, that's what everybody we draft, man.
I don't know.
There's guys that got drafted in the top 10 on Thursday that's going to be a bust.
Oh, for sure, 100%.
And I pray to God it ain't ours.
100%.
But you know, so you can't, you know, you go with what you think, and you roll with what you have. I like the pick because you know it fills a need. Like we really needed help in the secondary.
So hold on, Dave. That's a bigger question. What the hell position is he gonna play?
That's a good question. I mean, look, most positions in our defense is available right now. So you know, if he's in the Isaiah Simmons light, you know he can go anywhere, right?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. So the common perception is that this dude is gonna play the big nickel role.
Like Galton. That's what they wanted Galton for when.
That's my point, Dave. That's my point, Dave. You hit it right on the head. They said we got a position, we need a guy to fill it, and they went and just grabbed the best athlete they can get. And I just think it was this was more of a reach in my opinion. When there's not many, I think they did well in the later rounds, letting guys come to them. But I think they reached for this one just because they saw a guy and they had a position, and they was like, let me go grab him. Okay.
The better question: do you think he would have been there if he would have waited the 5 picks?
I don't know. That's impossible to predict.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like they had to have an inkling that somebody could potentially jump in front of them to get him. I don't know. I don't think they would have done it on a whim because Duggar went. You follow me? They had to have an inkling that somebody else might have had interest in this kid. And they went and got him, and it only cost them a 5th round pick.
I don't know, but I'm thinking. Well, we'll keep going, and I'll give you my assessment later. But I don't know, man. I don't know. We got 113 people watching, Dave. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button while we at it. All right, moving on. Round 4, Dave. Round 4, Troy Pride Jr.
That's your cornerback. That everybody begged for.
Cornerback. They didn't get Christian Fulton, which I thought they probably should have grabbed. Probably at that one of these picks. I don't know what round Christian Fulton ended up going in the 5th. I can't remember what round Christian Fulton went, but it would have been nice to have Christian Fulton, a round 1 graded guy that slid all the way down there. You could have got him. But anyway.
But why did he slide?
I don't know, because he I think he forged a piss test or something like that. Life. Something like that. I don't want to third round. My bad. I got him. I'm tripping. But anyway, you know, it was early, Dave. It was early in his LSU career. He's grown from that. I think he's good. He's good from that, man.
All right.
We got some dudes with some troubles on that we drafted. So let's not act like we.
I know.
Let's not act like we better than that.
I know.
So anyway, so we drafted Troy Pride Jr., the cornerback that everybody wanted. Listen, I don't know what we're gonna. I don't know. I gave it a B, Dave. I gave this pick a B. Dave is on his A train right now. Every pick is an A. Every pick is an A for Dave. Every one of them. Except
for one.
I'm playing with you, bro. I'm playing with you. All right. So every Dave is optimistic. Every pick.
I'm happy because they're drafting for what they need. So, you know, they like Troy. So I was, and he's probably gonna end up being on the opposite side of Dante.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think he's going to walk right into a starting position. Even Rule said afterwards that we're going to have to rely on a lot of these rookies in some key positions. I think he's going to walk right in there, become a starter, and baptism by fire and see what happens.
Oh, boy. Yeah, man. He's going to get a lot of baptism. Julio Jones.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
Mike Evans, Chris Godwin.
Yeah, this is another one where you said, hey, he ran a 4.4. I think he's 5'11", 190 some change, so he's got some decent size. He might be 6. I don't know how big he is, but this is one of those. Let me get the athlete. Because he ran a 4.4. I think they think he can. You know, if you run fast, we can coach everything else. I think that's kind of the theory behind this. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I gave it a B. I think we could have got a better corner earlier. That's why I'm knocking that one down. But I think this dude's gonna walk right into a starting role, man. And he's
good value though.
I think it's good value. I think it's good value too because I think let me bring this up here. Oh, that's the wrong one. I think it's good value. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can pick up where we got him. Because Pro Football Focus had him rated a little bit higher. I think they had him in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken, overall grade. Let me check. Yeah, so Troy Pride was he was rated 61 overall. So you talking about a second round grade for the dude for PFF.
That's phenomenal value.
So
man.
and then other places had him. I think Roto World had him at 106, so they were kind of right on the dot. It just depends. Everybody's board is different, and maybe they had him ranked a little bit higher. So I think he's definitely going to start though. Definitely going to start for sure.
If we can't beat out Cornell, then we should just cut him.
Nah, I think he walks into the starting position, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna get he's gonna.
And then Rule already said he's gonna be relying on a lot of young cats. I think that's who he was talking about. Yeah, Troy Pride, 5'11", 195 pounds.
Well, he's talking about them first 4 picks.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The first 4 picks are gonna be starters, guys.
I'm not. And let's address this Bryce Hall thing for a second because a lot of people were mad that we didn't get Bryce Hall. And I'm thinking the reason why we didn't get Bryce Hall is because scheme. I think we're going to be playing a lot more man than what Bryce Hall is used to. And I just think Bryce Hall he's because of the injuries, he's got to play a certain scheme. I think he's limited to about a good zone. So, I think that's kind of why we shied away from Bryce Hall. I think it's probably why a lot of teams did. I think you'll see a lot more man because look at the guys. We got speed across the board, so I think they're gonna try to man up a little bit more. We'll see what happens. All right, so that's all I got for Troy Pride. The nation gave him a B+. So pretty solid there. I'm not mad at this pick at all. All right, moving on, Dave.
You ain't gave an A yet, man. You're tough.
No, I gave an A. I gave 1A. And this ain't it. Kenny Robinson, round 5.
You don't like Kenny Robinson, man?
I just don't know.
He's got pro football experience.
Okay, there you go, Dave. Pick 152. Kenny Robinson from West Virginia from the XFL by way of West Virginia.
West Virginia University.
Okay, so I don't know what I gave this one. Oh yeah, I gave this one a C. I gave it a C because I don't know where his role. I don't know where he's gonna play. I'm just confused on why we went so hard at the safeties, and I think they saw. And listen, Pro Football Focus loves this cat. By the way, I think they gave this one was one of the better picks according to Pro Football Focus that we made. They like him a lot. I think they think he's rangy. They want him to play safety, and I think he was rated. Let's see, he was ranked 90 overall at Pro Football Focus. Ranked the 9th safety overall. So this is good value according to them. He was a 3rd round projection for them. So they like him a lot. I looked at the film. He was protected a lot by the 3 safety looks in West Virginia. So I mean, he wasn't asked to do much. Back then when he was with West Virginia. But he can cover. I think he's got decent speed. When I watched the XFL film, I didn't see much at all. He was playing cover 2 safety, deep safety. I didn't see much that I could walk away with. Thinking this was a great pick. But again, this is just another athlete. I think he's 6'3" and some change, or 6'2". I think he's 6'2", a buck something. And this is another one. Hey, sort by height. Let me see what I can get. Best dude, and we're going to roll with it. They're just trying to get athletes, man. Athletes. So, he's 6'2", 220. Excuse me, 6'2", 220.
Big boy, man.
He's big. He's big. Pause. But yeah, man, I gave it a C just because I don't know what we're doing, man. Where's he going to play? Well, it's a fifth round pick, so go
here's
ahead.
the thing. This is pure value. This is the only guy that was in the draft that had pro sports experience. He played in the XFL, and I know folks are saying, "Oh, he played with a bunch of NFL rejects." That means they were in the NFL. At some point, they were in the league. So he didn't get a full season experience, obviously, but he played well in college at West Virginia. He got into some academic problems. He decided that he wanted to make some money instead of using his eligibility, and went to the XFL. Technically, he had 1 year eligibility left, so that's why he was eligible for the draft. So yeah. I think I like this pick. I'm rolling with it. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with him. He's going to make the team.
Of course he's going to make the team. I think he's going to make the team. And listen, I'm not really tripping. It's a fifth round pick. I think it's got good value, but I just don't know where. I don't know. I just got confused this pick because I think I saw some more guys I would have rather taken in round 5 too. I had to go back and look the way it fell, but I think there were some other guys I would have taken in the 5th other than Kenny Robinson. I think that's why I dinged it so hard.
I think you also got to think about it from the perspective of he's played in the pro system, even if it was only for 5 games, right? He's been in game shape because he had to prepare for the XFL season. Because their season just ended not too long ago. So he understands like the process. He played with NFL coaches. Like these guys that are coaching these squads that were in the XFL, they were NFL coaches. Some were head coaches. So he has an understanding of how the system works. That's why I thought it was a value pick. That's why I gave it an A. Considering that we're going to lose all season because of COVID-19, that's part of the reason why I decided to give this one an A. This one was on the cusp of me not giving an A, but I'm like, 5th round pick, dudes play full sports for folks that's been in the NFL. He might not have to adjust as much as the typical rookie would. So I'll take those things into account.
So I think he's going to be back. I think he's going to be backup free safety, okay? So he's going to be backup free safety. I think Trey is going to be our guy, obviously, and I think he's going to back up. So you're not too mad at a backup free safety. I don't know. I would have went because they're asking me who I would have picked. Let me see who went real quick. I'm going to give y'all an answer because I'm pretty sure I could find plenty of guys I would have taken. Tyler Johnson's probably one of them because I think he was there. I would have definitely.
You wanted that receiver, man.
I definitely would have taken Tyler Johnson for sure if he was there. Let me just double check. Let me double check who I would have picked, and I'm pulling up real quick. Give me a couple seconds. So if you go to round 5, let's see who went after. Let's talk. So I'm looking at Bryce Hall went afterwards. I get them. Yeah, Tyler Johnson to the Bucks. I would have taken Tyler Johnson for sure. You had Curtis Weaver, a defensive end who was rated as a 1st round pick according to Pro Football Focus. Quintez Cephas is another guy I would have taken. I've taken him several times. If you want to take another corner, you got Harrison Hand from Temple. Probably would have taken him. That's about it. That's about all I can name at this moment. But yeah, Tyler Johnson for sure is somebody who I would have taken. But all right, so that's just a couple of guys I would have taken over him. But listen, I get it. We'll see what happens. All right, so moving on from Kenny Robinson. All right, we finally got a Baylor connect, Dave, in round 6. I was wrong. I thought we were gonna pick up multiple guys from the Baylor system, and it did not happen. Okay, I thought we were gonna get at least 2 guys, and we only got 1. We got BRAVVION Roy. Round number 6, pick number 184. Dave, I like this pick a lot. This is the one I gave an A. I gave this pick an A. I like this pick a lot. I think had this dude did his combine, I think you would have been talking dancing bear status, okay? Matt Rule says that he can run a 4.8. A man that's 330 pounds should not be able to run a 4.8, my G. So I like this pick a lot. I saw his film. I saw a couple of games against a couple of teams, and I like his film. He's got a couple of moves. I think he's more of a pass rusher than a run. Even at 330 something pounds, he's more of a pass rusher. Okay, more of a pass rusher. than a run stuffer. And that's kind of why I like this guy. He was not invited to a combine. And I think that's partially because the one knock on him is because he has really short arms. His arms may not even be 30-inch arms, and that's really short arms. Okay, he's got really short arms. So he's limited to packages. Okay, so you're only going to be able to play him in certain spaces, in certain schemes, certain sets, because you don't want him lining up. You don't want him lining up one-on-one with somebody, knowing his arms. She's going to lose the arms battle every time. If you get somebody with 35, 40-inch, or 38-inch arms, it's a wrap. He's going to lose just because he can't hand fight. So you want to get him where he can match up with speed, and I think that's where he gets his W's. But I like him a lot. I do like him a lot. And I think Pro Football Focus likes him a lot, too. They like that pick a lot. So, Dave, what's your thoughts on BRAVVION Roy?
We had to get at least one Baylor guy. And here he is. I like him. I think he's depth, obviously, right? He's not going to start. It's going to be Derrick Brown or KK. But he's good depth. And then, he can develop and maybe learn how to overcome the short arms. He doesn't have to play wide, or he won't have to. He'll probably be part of a rotation, but he won't have to play the bulk of the snaps all the time. So I like the pick. 6th-round pick, can't be mad at it.
Yeah, I like this pick a lot, man. I like the BRAVVION Roy pick. Again, it addresses the trenches, and you can't have enough dudes to clog the middle up. They're saying he'll be a Vernon Butler / Love. Hey, I'm okay with that.
In the 6th round,
exactly,
I don't have a problem with that whatsoever.
You give me a Vernon Butler or a Kyle Love in a 6th-round pick, I'm taking that all day, and that's why I gave it an A. I think he has that kind of potential. I think he's short. He's 6'1", so he's gonna win the pad level fight every time. He's short, he's strong, and he's quick. He's got. I'm telling you, I think we'll be surprised by this pick. I think he's gonna, again, rotational guy. I'm not saying that he will play more snaps than Derrick Brown. That's not what I'm saying. But I think he will come in and be effective in that rotation. That's all I'm saying. For a 6th-round pick, that's what I'll take that all day. Any more thoughts on BRAVVION Roy?
Nah, man. Congrats to him.
Yeah, shout out to the Baylor Connect, man. Knew it was going to happen. I didn't know it would be him. But anyway, moving on. Stanley Thomas Oliver III, Dave, round number 7, pick 221. What's your thoughts on this kid? I did the film session on him too. What's your thoughts, Dave? I'll let you go first.
He's okay. I mean, he's probably the only one I think he might not make the team.
7th-round pick. It is what it is. I think he's fast. I think he's another fast guy, another lengthy. I think he's like what, 5'11". Let me check his numbers. Pause. So many safeties and cornerbacks, man. We just completely.
Look, man, what you want? You got 2 corners, 2 safeties, 2 defensive tackles.
I'm good. Just got to sort through them. That's the only part. He's 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's 21 from FIU. I'm not mad. I watched some of his film. He's a converted wide receiver, so he's got the ball skills that you would think a wide receiver would have. And I think he's a developmental guy. People forget Captain Munderland was a 7th-round pick. He turned out to be all right. Well, 6 or 7, one of those.
He was the 7th-round pick from South Carolina. He was a
7th-round pick. So yeah, I mean, I think he'll start out contributing to special teams, probably be like a gunner. What did Dave give? What did Dave give it? They're saying, did you get straight A's, B?
No.
Nope, not this time. Dave gave it a B. He actually gave this one a B. I gave it a C. This is another one where I thought we could have got somebody else. Let me see. Let me check that. Again, it's a 7th round. It's a 7th round, so you're not expecting much. But let me see who went after this, because it's somebody else. Ooh, I would have went Kenny Wilkes, defensive end. I would have went there. I would have went. Let me see.
He's the only one I think that might not make the team out of everybody that we drafted. My opinion.
Steven Sullivan, the tight end, I probably would have went there too. But anyway, it is what it is. It's a 7th-round pick. I ain't tripping. I ain't
Yeah, he's
tripping.
probably gonna be if he's gonna make the team. It's gonna be on special teams.
He didn't do nothing on his film, Slim. That's why I gave him a C. He wasn't that. He was all right though. I'm tripping. He was all right, but he's gonna be one of those guys. He's gonna be a daggone special teams contributor. He'll make the team for sure. He'll make the team. But all right, so Dave, I think that's gonna do it for the draft. Obviously, we did not draft any offensive guys, so I got the heat maps up, Dave. But before we get into the heat maps, I want to what are your overall assessments of the draft? What do you give your final grade? I didn't take a final grade from the nation, but what is your final grade?
An A. An A. I gave it an A. I mean, I thought that the draft went as well as it could. I mean, could we have gotten other people? Sure. But like we fixed the most dire positions of need. We needed to fix the defensive line. We drafted 3 people to do that. We needed to fix the secondary. The secondary needed help. We drafted people to do that. I know folks were so bent on trying to get like somebody on the offensive side of the ball, particularly a receiver. But I figured that if the receiver was so deep, then we can just get it from undrafted free agency. If the position was that deep, we probably can get a diamond in the rough from there. And that's why I didn't think it was. I thought that fixing defense was more important because if just like you got the way too early starters up right now, the only yellows I see up there, I see 2 yellows and an orange. I see Tyler Lawrence as an orange, and the right guard John Miller and Teddy Bridgewater are yellows. Everybody else is some shade of green, some dark green. That wasn't the issue.
Dark green is good, Dave.
Dark green, but my point is that you got a lot of green in here. There's a plethora of green. And this didn't change before the draft. This was already pretty much green, right? When you go into the defense, prior to this draft, there was a lot of red, a lot of danger zone, a lot of red, a lot of orange, a lot of yellow.
Yeah. So I think we will, and people. I'm watching the chat, and some people are saying, "Hey, Greg Little's gonna play left guard." You don't know that. First of all, you don't know where Greg Little's. First of all, the dude's not. Is his mind right? Is he healthy? That's the better question. Can he even stay on the field? Okay, so you need. I'm not even gonna address Little because I don't even know where his head is at. Pun intended. Right now, I don't know where his head is. Okay, so I'm not gonna bank on that. I will give you credence. Maybe Daly can slide in there, but either way, it doesn't matter. My point is, it doesn't matter who you put at left guard. It's going to be orange right now. Maybe I'm hoping one of these undrafted free agent guys can move in there, but I'm not. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I'm not concerned about the guard positions. Guard positions can be protected, and we've done a good job of putting guys there and having them perform. So I'm not worried about the guard position. I think the offense is going to put up points. I'm not worried about the offense at all. Okay, I'm cool on the offense, even though those 2 guards are questionable. I got Teddy as yellow. I could upgrade. When I did this very early, right after Teddy was signed. I'm warming up to Teddy. I think I might be able to put him as maybe a light lemon lime color. I don't know, maybe a little. I don't know.
You put him at a light green.
I don't know about light green, B. Light green is. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to do that. I upgrade in 1 shade. I don't know about that. I don't know. A little bit greener, but not. I don't know about full.
The point I was just trying to make is
That's
that
funny.
We're sitting in a good spot, and you probably can make Robbie dark green, but we'll have that.
We'll see. We'll see, Dave. Hey, Dave, did you have a point that you wanted to get to earlier? You said you wouldn't come back to. Or do you want to go?
No, we can get. No, we can get with it now. So,
okay.
You gotta. The thing that I thought about that I noticed was that for the offensive side of the ball, you have a young offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And you're giving him a bunch of veterans, like to work with. And on the defensive side of the ball, you got a veteran defensive coordinator, not a veteran defensive coordinator
College.
in the NFL, but he's been doing it for a long time. And you're giving him a bunch of young guys. Yeah. So that's an interesting dynamic that I'm noticing with regards to that.
Do you think it was intentional?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Because I think there's some faith that maybe Phil Snow can teach him up. With this staff can coach him up. So I think, and considering the defense is going to have the biggest shift out of anything,
Yeah, I think you need to lock Moten up for sure. There's people talking about extending Moten. I think Moten and Curtis Samuel both need to be extended. All the Curtis Samuel talk that did not happen. But Taylor Moten needs to be locked up for sure.
Taylor, I agree.
David shaking his head on Curtis.
Curtis, I don't agree.
I'm telling you, you get a dude that can slang it, Curtis is going to surprise some of y'all, man. He's going to surprise some of y'all. I like Curtis a lot. I liked him
a lot too.
I like him a lot. I think we are.
They're gonna trade him by the end of the season.
We are doing Curtis a disservice, man. I like Curtis a lot. Both of them.
They're giving Curtis a hint. They're like, yo.
I think Curtis. I'm not saying pay this dude top 10 money. I stand by what I said with Curtis. I think he's good. I'm not saying pay the dude $12 million a year. That's not what I'm saying. But I think he needs to get paid. You need to pay him and keep him on the roster. That's what I'm saying. I think y'all reacting like I said pay the dude $30 million a year. That's not what I'm saying. But anyway, I think Curtis needs to stay on the team. I'm hoping Joe Brady can draw it up to make it happen. All right, so moving on, Dave. Let's talk about this defense though, because I think that's what everybody wants to see. This is what it looked like prior. This is what it looks like prior to the draft. Okay, you got some red there. You got Cole Luke starting.
I had
F.A. Obata at defensive tackle just because we didn't have anything there. There was nobody. The bodies that we did have weren't better than F.A. Obata, and we've seen F.A. Obata play 3 tech, so I thought he would be. And hell, Coach Rule loves the guy apparently. So we'll see what happens with that. And then you had Jermaine Carter at outside linebacker. I don't know, man. This is what it was prior to the draft, okay? This is what it was prior to the draft. All right, so are you ready, Dave?
I'm ready.
I'm going to debut the new, way too early post-draft defense, okay? Ready? Here we go. All right, this is it. This is where I am. This is my personal grade. I didn't get these from nowhere. I made these colors up. This is where I got it, okay? This is where I got it. So I got, as you can see, Derrick Brown enters a defensive tackle, green. I think he's gonna be good. I almost, Dave, and you could tell me if I'm wrong on this. I almost greened up Brian Burns based off the Derrick Brown pick.
Nah, that's valid because I think he's gonna help out. I think he's gonna be a spacey that's gonna open up Brian Burns. That's gonna open up Brian Burns, man.
So I didn't put GROSS-MATOS in yet because I don't know that he gets more snaps than Weatherly. You can debate me on that all you want to. I don't think GROSS-MATOS. Stephen Weatherly got paid like $6 million to come here. I think he gets more snaps than GROSS-MATOS, especially starting now.
Who do you think our coach is? Ron Rivera?
I think they're gonna play. Y'all, you keep thinking GROSS-MATOS comes in here and plays immediately if y'all want to. I'm skeptical. I think he's got to develop. I think Weatherly gives you better option for right now.
I think this will push Weatherly.
Oh, absolutely. But it doesn't need to put. Weatherly doesn't need to be pushed. He's a Band-Aid. He's not going to be here long term, which is why I think he plays. But I don't think GROSS-MATOS is. You thinking GROSS-MATOS comes in and makes immediate? I don't think it's going to happen.
But look, the red went away. The red disappeared. So instead of being super duper mediocre, we're borderline competent.
So yeah. So also just to go over the cornerbacks, I got Troy Pride. He's orange. There's a concern. That's a concern for me on the outside. I'm not confident there. And I got Jeremy CHINN in at nickelback. Okay, he's the big nickel, whatever. I don't know. I've seen so many different things on where this dude's going to play. I just made this up. I don't know. I think it makes most sense for him to play nickelback, and there'll be packages for the dude. This is a 4-3 base. There's going to be some other looks, obviously, which is why it doesn't matter who's starting. Even if GROSS-MATOS was in there, I'm not making him green. Are you gonna make GROSS-MATOS green?
No, I wouldn't make him green.
So the overall point is it doesn't matter who you put there. He's gonna be orange too.
Yeah, he'll be an orange guy. Poor Dante Jackson.
And listen, you can debate Shaq being yellow. I'll take that. We can make that debate. You can make that debate. Orange. We can do that. You can make that debate too. I'm not mad at that.
I don't think
I'm not mad at that. So the defense still has some work to do.
Absolutely.
We not there yet.
But we're in a much better place than we were before.
I agree.
Way better.
I agree. But this is what it looks like. It's that we improved, but I don't think it's a vast. And listen, I almost wanted to upgrade Brian Burns to dark green because of the Derrick Brown pick. I think he's gonna get off. I think he's gonna have a good year. I think he's actually gonna be played. He's actually gonna get some snaps. And hopefully he just stays healthy. And I think Burns will be very good next year. Very, very good. Okay. All right. So that being said, I think that's all I got for the post-draft starters on the defense. Okay. Did you want to talk about some undrafted free agents, or do you want to take some calls?
Let the chat decide.
What y'all want to do? Y'all want to talk some undrafted free agents? Or yeah, I mean, I did a whole video on them.
Yeah, he did. And so it was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all want to dive into it. How about we take a couple of guys that I'm excited about. I think the kid from Auburn, I think he's gonna be good. I think he has a very good going against Derrick Brown every day in practice. I think it has made him kind of war ready. So I think he could probably make the team. I think he could slide in and make the team. Let me get the list up. My bad.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the list right now.
But yeah, I think he could be solid. My bad. So I think he could be decent. What's his name? Mike Horton. Mike Horton for Auburn. I think he comes in. I think he can make the team. I think there's also the kid from Ohio State. Slim, what you got on the kid from Ohio State? He's I think he was a right tackle at Ohio State. I think he could be some decent depth. He has a lot of starting experience. But I didn't watch any. I didn't watch much film. I didn't get a chance to dive into it.
We picked up a lot of linebackers. I'll tell you that.
A whole slew of linebackers, B. We got like 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. 5. I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5 linebackers. 5 linebackers. I think the best one, in my opinion, and I have not watched all the film to break it down, but I really like the kid from Wisconsin, Chris Orr. I think he's really good. I think he's got really good instincts. I think he could diagnose plays very well, and he can hit. He's a thumper. I like him a lot. Only thing I don't really know much about is his coverage ability. Can he cover? I don't know, but I like him a lot. The other kid that I like, I think Jordan Mack is a linebacker from UVA. I haven't had a chance to dive into him yet. I haven't seen a lot of film on him. But one kid that everybody's talking about is the kid from Arkansas State, Omar Bayless. I just dropped a video on him, and I'm telling y'all please pump the brakes on this kid, man. Please pump the brakes on this kid. For real, man. Please pump the brakes on the kid. Like, I think people got so high expectations. This dude's gonna come in and be wide receiver 3 or jump some of the starters. Like, bro, we got so many wide receivers on our roster right now, and the kid, I did the film session video on him. He's supposedly a deep threat, and he runs a 4.6. Not impressed. You can't be a deep threat and run a 4.6. First of all, and even if he plays a little bit faster than that on tape, he doesn't look any faster than a 4.5. This is just my opinion. He looks no faster than a 4.5, and you're not going to be a deep threat. He looks like a possession guy to me. So let's just pump the brakes a little bit on Omar Bayless, because I saw, he's fire, he's flames, flame emoji. Like, yo, we got to relax. We got to relax. We got to relax, man. Relax on that kid. I think there's some... Go ahead.
What do you think about the running back from Minnesota?
I think it's interesting. I think he is a Christian McCaffrey clone. A lot of receiving. He's got a lot of wear on the body. He's got an ACL tear. He's old. He's 24 already. I think he's old as Christian McCaffrey. How old is Christian McCaffrey? McCaffrey is 24, right?
Yeah.
Let me check. Y'all can tell me in the chat if I'm too slow with the Googles. 23. So McCaffrey's 23. This dude is 24. And McCaffrey's got 3 years of experience already. So, bam. So we gotta relax. We gotta relax with this kid, because I don't know if he's gonna be that next. So yeah, Rodney Smith is his name. I'm good on this dude. Should we sign Clowney? Clowney's numbers got to come down, way down. He wants like $18 million a year. I mean, I don't think we're in position to do that. I think we just drafted some guys. Don't think it's gonna happen.
I didn't realize Jadeveon Clowney is a free agent.
Hey, he's still not signed.
Nah.
But let's see other free agents that I like, undrafted free agents. I think the tight end is Cam Sutton. I think he's intriguing. 6'6", 240 something pounds. 200. I don't know how much he weighs, but he's an athlete. Another guy. Hey, sort by height, weight, speed, and give me the best undrafted tight end I can get. We didn't get Thaddeus Moss, so we went and got a Thaddeus Moss light, or I think they wanted Steven Sullivan. Got Steven Sullivan light. Okay. So, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with him. I think he's intriguing at the tight end position. And listen, Joe Brady uses his tight end, so we'll see what happens with there. Hunter Bryant, yeah, he would have been nice to get. He was still around. I think he was around the 6th or 7th round too. Would have been nice. What else? I think those are the only guy. The center from Washington State, who was Garner Minshew's center and Luke Falk's center. I think he could be a tree as well if he can slide in the guard. That'd be nice. I really like the undrafted lineman we got. Not to say that we shouldn't have spent some draft capital there, but I really like the ones we got in free agency. Hopefully they can. Oh yeah, Hunter Bryant. Oh yeah, that's right. He was undrafted free agent. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, man, I like these kids a lot. Some of the offensive linemen. Dave, any more thoughts on the undrafted free agents that you like?
No, I'm good, man. I'm looking. I think there's a few folks on that list that's going to make the team.
No, I think the offensive lineman for sure. I think the kid from Auburn is definitely. I think he's going to make the team for sure. We're already like
I think one of those linebackers is absolutely going to make the team. Maybe two.
I think one of the linebackers makes it, and I think the tackle from Ohio State makes it. And I think that the center / guard from Washington State, I think he makes it too. But this is way too early. This is me talking out my ass. I have no clue if they're going to make it or not. This is me guessing.
Rule said some of these guys may be starters.
No, I don't know about all that. But the linebackers, maybe.
Yeah.
One of the linebackers, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, the thing you got to understand, like when you don't get drafted, sometimes it's one thing to pick a team because that's where you want to be from an area standpoint or team standpoint. But it's another thing about picking a team for the opportunity. That's why, like, there's an opportunity for one of those linebackers legit to start the spot.
Now, I really like the kid from Auburn, man. That guard from Auburn, I think he slides right in. He's gonna be. This is my bold prediction. Way too early bold prediction, but I think he ends up being the next undrafted free agent guard that gets paid. Hit me up in 4 years. Let me know if I'm right, Dave. Or whenever, 4, 5, 6, whatever, how many years he takes to get paid. I think he's going to be solid. Going up against Derrick Brown in practice, you got to have some chops on you, bro. We always do good with the offensive lineman, the guard, the interior offensive lineman free agents and undrafted free agency. I think that continues here. I think he makes a team for sure. He might not start this year, but I think he does well. I like him. Mike Horton, yes. You guys are correct. All right, Dave. So you want to take some? We got 179 viewers, Dave. Make sure y'all Slim, appreciate that the super chat. Make sure y'all hit the like button. All my peeps, 179 viewers. We should have 179 likes. Make sure y'all get them likes up. All right. Shout out to Rated R Superstar in my mind. Reminding everybody to get the likes up. I appreciate that. All right. So Dave, you want to open up the phone lines, man? I think the block might be hot.
Yeah, let's take a couple calls.
All right, we're gonna take a couple calls. Let's get it. All right, we back on the screen. Phone lines are now open. Phone lines are now open. The phone number to call in is at the bottom of the screen. Hey, just to preface this, we got to make these quick. I have a feeling we're gonna get a lot of callers. Let's make these quick and to the point. Jared, I appreciate it. Oh man, I appreciate the super chat. Those are my day one chat cats too, man. Shout out to Jared. Shout out to Noli. Shout out to Slim.
Which player drafted or already signed you do not want to see them make the team 53 and why?
Which players drafted or already signed do you not want to? That's an interesting question. Ooh, do you not want to see make the roster?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
I'm stopping that real quick. My fault. Because it's gonna.
You're gonna get a couple of them. Well, we didn't get the first two.
I paused it because I don't want it to. I don't want. Oh man, appreciate Slim, man. It's bidding wars out here, man. I appreciate it.
Y'all are intense. I appreciate it though, gentlemen.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We really do. Y'all pay for my mic, man, for real. So that everybody appreciates the audio upgrade. So I appreciate it.
Yo, listen.
Seth Roberts, that's interesting. Let me see if I can answer this question real quick. What guy do I not want to see make the roster? Probably Corn Elder. Just looking at the cornerbacks, I don't want to see him make the roster.
Yeah, Corn has had his opportunities, and I don't think Tepper wants him to make the roster either. Personally,
I'll start with Corn. Let me see if I can find somebody else. Let me see. Man, I was gonna say Will Greer, but I don't want to shade him like that.
Greer's safe. Ain't no quarterback options.
Who do I not want to see?
You need to pick up a quarterback with the undrafted free agents.
Let's go to the defensive.
If he made in this draft class, I'm going with the 7th round pick.
That's too easy, Dave.
What do you mean drafted or already signed? I mean, if we want to go with already signed, probably.
Oh, I gotta answer who I would not. I don't want Zach Kerr to make the roster. I'm gonna tell you why. I think if Zach Kerr does not make the roster, then I think that means Roy is playing out of his mind. I think that means Roy. That means the depth is showing up. So I'm gonna go with Zach Kerr. If Zach Kerr did not make the roster, I would not be upset.
How about now? Let's do a bolder one. How about Whitehead?
To here? Oh wow. Okay. That would mean one of the undrafted free agents would be nice.
A couple.
That's true.
I mean, more than one.
Let's go. Let's check out the wide receivers.
Some folks are saying Mike Davis. I forgot he got shot.
Oh yeah, he needs to be cut. Yeah, he needs to be cut. Shout out to Mike Drop Mad. Appreciate it. Been lurking since day one. You've been around since the hotel days. Remember, Dave, when I was doing it out of hotels?
Yeah,
I was traveling?
Man. Back when you was getting the men asses every week, or was it Norfolk?
I was in Quantico, going to Quantico every week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. We appreciate that for real. Really do. All the love.
No calls?
I appreciate it. I don't see any calls, man.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. Hold on. I think I know why. Hold on.
You out here.
I might need to give y'all a new number. Hold on. My fault. Because I think it may have changed.
Yeah, it probably changed. Stand by, everybody.
Stand by 1 second. The number probably changed.
The Poundcast days. And they don't even do shows anymore.
Oh, man. Who said that? Who said that?
Perf.
Wow. That's insane, bro. You've been around for a long time, my G.
No, a lot of these cats have been, man.
Man, that's crazy. You got All right, you guys, shit. That was a long time ago.
Not that long. I know 3 years is an eternity.
I'm about to update the phone number.
Why has it been 4 years? It's been 4 years now, hasn't it?
Oh, my fault. It is the right number. My fault. All right, I gotta admit people. I forgot I gotta admit people. My bad.
This guy out here don't even know how to.
All right, I forgot, bro. My fault. All right, so 704, what's good?
Nothing much. It was funny. I was just hearing the theme music. I was hearing some music.
My fault. Good looking.
No,
I was
good.
about to change the number. My fault. Go ahead.
No, I'll try to do this quick. Yeah, I like the draft. Kind of what Eddie just said. Now, I think with Chinn, I don't think it's a golden situation, because if you look at Rivera's defense, that big nickel, Buffalo nickel, that was like something we do interchangeably, here and there to throw them off. Studying Snow's defense, that big nickel is someone who's, I think, a very prominent part of the defense. I don't think it's something that's like, we're going to do sparingly. I think it's an actual big deal. And again, I've just been looking at Temple and Baylor, so I think Chinn is vital.
So let me ask you this.
I think that's why they. Okay.
Let me ask you this. So I know Baylor ran the 3-5, the whatever 3-3-5. Yeah, 3-3-5. All right. So what can you glean from that to make that assumption? I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to know, because I want to go back and look at the film myself.
I think they've already said they're not going to do that defense. I think the 3-3-5 is what they were comfortable with at Baylor, so they kept it, I guess, from the previous coach. But to me, I'm looking more at what he had in Temple, because he's already said we're going to have 4 down linemen. So to me, it's going to be 4 down linemen. And again, I'm talking more of base. Nickel packages will obviously change. 4 down linemen, 2 linebackers, and then somebody like Chinn, and then 2 corners and 2 safeties. I don't think we're doing the 3-3-5 at all. I think he just did that because that the personnel was there in Baylor. I'm looking more at Temple film. And I know because he had, what's his name, Hassan Reddick, right, who could also play that big role. And I think that's what he did. So I think that's why they went up to get Chinn, because Phil Snow was like, look, in my defense, I need a quote-unquote big nickel. This big nickel is going to play.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead, my fault. Go
ahead.
There? Yeah, go ahead.
No, you're good. So, Chinn is wait and see. He has all the athletic traits. I mean, to be that big and run a 4.45. Again, I would rather take a chance on a player like this and, draft a Rashawn Golden, who honestly would have gone undrafted. I mean, so I'm interested to see. Again, I'm going to look at the defense, because even though Phil Snow has 40 years of experience, 38 of those years at the college level, and the 1 or 2 years he was in the NFL, he was a linebackers coach, not calling plays. So it'll be wait and see for me. Overall, the draft, I guess I just gave it a B. I would have liked the offensive player here or there. But again, I want to know how the secondary is going to hold up, because what I can see happening right now is we stop the run on first down, then second down, and then 3rd and 10. Boom, first down, slant on Dante Jackson or, Troy Pride, whoever's playing corner. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, bro. Appreciate the call, man. I gotta move on. Got some more calls to get to.
All right.
The call,
no problem.
All right. Let's go to 910. What's good? Yo, what's good? Lots,
right, so
man, what's popping, bro? I know we gotta keep it quick though. We can't be having you up here talking your mess all day, bro. What you got, Locks, man?
Hey, look. Hey, this right here I'm about to say ain't no mess. This right here is a little bit of knowledge
okay.
for the nation.
Okay, appreciate it. So, talk that talk, man.
Okay, now as far as this draft, I think it was a pretty decent draft. I give it a B. You know what I'm saying? I predicted like everybody else, Derrick Brown. But, I'm seeing a lot of fans, bitching and moaning about, well, we didn't get Isaiah Simmons. And then you turn around and then we draft Jeremy Chinn, and all of a sudden everybody wanted to shit on Simmons. Oh, he's going to be the next Aaron Curry. Like, everybody was mad at first. All of a sudden now we get Jeremy. and Isaiah Simmons ain't shit no more. Like this, and around GROSS-MATOS, I didn't really look him. I thought we would go defensive heavy. I thought we would pick.
You breaking up a little bit, bro.
Even 3 in the draft. You say what now?
You was breaking up a little bit. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Like I was saying about GROSS-MATOS, I think he was a good pick, but I wasn't really expecting him. 3rd round, Jeremy Chinn. I thought it was a good pick. I think he'd be more of a box safety. Some people got him at linebacker and big nickel. I see him as a box safety. I expect him to start at strong safety. I expect Troy at full safety, and I expect Jeff Burris to be more of a cornerback.
Okay, I see that.
Fourth round, Troy. Okay, 4th round, Troy Pride. I see him maybe being the starting outside or the starting nickel. I wasn't really impressed with him, but he ran a 4.4. I guess we will see. 5th round we went. Who we going to 5th round?
Kenny Robinson. Kenny Robinson, the safety.
Oh yeah, Kenny Robinson. He'll be a backup full safety special teams. I feel like he can be a guy. Somebody gets hurt, he can come in and play some cornerback. 6th round, BRAVVION Roy. Like y'all said, I see him as a rotation guy. 7th round, we picked up
Stanley Oliver, Thomas Oliver.
The cornerback. Okay, yeah. I see him being a back. Yeah, I see him being a backup special teams guy. And the last thing I want to get to is, like I'm saying, I see everybody, giving the draft a A+, giving undrafted free agents a A+. And like I ask fans, like, y'all loving on these players, but how much about these players y'all know other than the big names, the guys that everybody, Mel Kiper and Topman shakes? Because I'm hearing people talk about
Omar Bayless.
Even you talk about him. I heard somebody say he could be the next Steve Smith. Like, man, shut the hell up. He ain't be no damn.
I'm saying.
I mean, he could be. Yeah, he could be, but I don't see no damn Steve. Y'all gotta calm that shit down.
That's why I made that video, bro.
I get it. Oh yeah, hey, I'm gonna check that video out after I get off the phone. But like I said, man, I get the fan base being excited, man. But just pump the brakes a little bit on some of these guys, man. I see guys already putting GROSS-MATOS in the starting line. I'm like, look, calm down. Let the guy develop. These guys got to develop, man. Y'all. I love the excitement, but man, calm down. These guys are not gonna be pro. I see some people talking about we gonna make the playoffs. Like, we not making. I mean, we could, but we not making no damn playoffs.
It's not happening.
You know what I'm saying? And the last thing before I hang, I'm about to hang up. But the last thing, what do y'all think about, like I said, everybody thought we was going to go with a bunch of Baylor Temple players, and we only got like 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So, putting 2 and 2 together don't work. You know what I mean? These
That's
NFL
true.
Front offices, they think differently.
That's true.
I thought if we had went out there and picked up all these Baylor and Temple guys, the league and the feds would be looking at this like, what the hell are they doing? Like, you can't do that. Matt Rule worked with what he had. If it was his choice, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have signed a lot of those Baylor guys because, working at Baylor, you have no choice but to take the leftovers from the Alabamas and the Oklahomas. So when you're in the NFL, you get your choice of the puppies. You know what I'm saying? You get to pick the 5-star guys now. So he looking at those Baylor Temple guys like, man, I'll holler at y'all if y'all need me. But like I said, that's all I got to say. I'm gonna let y'all guys get y'all other callers, and right. I'm out.
All right, good call, bro. Appreciate it, Locks.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that we only have a couple Baylor guys. I thought he was going all in on the Baylor dudes, but that didn't.
I thought he would have done it if the value was right.
All right. 910. What's good? 709.
Hey, what's good, man? Rashad, what's good? What's good, brother?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Hey, this your boy Christopher Kelly. Ain't heard from you guys in a while, man. But
we been here. We ain't heard from you, bro. We been here.
Well, I don't know. You know how it go.
I feel you. Go ahead. What you got?
Dog, I just got to tell you guys, man, listen, we this was the first draft that I feel like we addressed a lot of things that we needed on defense. And it wasn't just, we've had drafts before. And I'm going to say this, I don't believe that Marty Herney was really doing the drafting this. I think this was Matt Rule and his assistant. I really believe that because
I don't know, man.
Sorry.
Because like as soon as like first round, that was definitely Marty. I'm putting that on Marty. Yeah. I'm gonna put second round on Marty. I'm gonna put the trade up to get Jeremy Chinn on Marty. I'm putting
that wasn't
on Marty, yo.
That wasn't Marty, dog. That wasn't Marty, man. That was Matt Rule. That wasn't Marty. Mm-mm.
He was thinking about trading back to the first round to get GROSS-MATOS. That's Marty.
I think Marty was looking. I think he was probably looking at your boy. I think he was trying to get. He was either going after Duggar. I think that might have been Marty or something like that. But I think, like I said, Rule handled that just right. I'm gonna tell you why. Here, Marty tends to get aloof, man, like he's got ADD, like he gets lost between that first and that fourth round. Marty has a hellified where he picks up on the fourth round. That fourth round pick, I think he does good right there. But those between the second and maybe the fourth round, he's not so good at. And that's what's been killing us, man. But I think Matt Rule as a whole, this was a draft that, he addressed a lot of stuff, man. This is the first time I feel like the defense was dealt with. You know what I'm saying? I like where we're going. The defense, I'm not, like I said, I was really, hurt that they let James Bradbury go and stuff like that. But for what we picked up, oh, man, yeah, it's there, man. And these guys are young. You can gel. They're going to play together. They're going to gel together. I think, like I said, man, this was more Matt Rule. I got to give him credit because, Tepper was talking to Colbert way back, from Pittsburgh. And I think, maybe there was some words, some things like that because I was talking to a friend of mine who's like he's a recruiter, and he was telling me, like, Pittsburgh is still upset that we got Jeremy Chinn because they were looking at Jeremy Chinn and they were also looking at Troy Pride. And for the value that we got them at, man, that was really a punch to the face with them because they ended up going to get somebody, I think that third pick they got somebody from UNC Charlotte. Come on, man.
Yeah.
So, so I really believe, like I said, this was more Matt Rule. I mean, this was his first pick, and as a college guy, he knew the talent that was out there. This wasn't Marty. I don't really feel like this was Marty. I think maybe he had an insight on Derrick Brown because everybody got mad at we didn't get Isaiah Williams. And I mean, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Isaiah Simmons. But go ahead, finish your thought.
Isaiah Simmons. Excuse me, I'm sorry, man. I'm kind of bad with the names, but for what we did, man, because I'm not mad. Derrick Brown was the fourth best player in the draft, and we got him. And people were upset that we didn't let him go and get Isaiah Simmons. I mean, Isaiah Simmons, don't get me wrong, he's a physical specimen. I think he's great. But we don't need any more hybrid players. We need players that can, get in there and play. We got to have the guys that we got to have to play.
Yeah.
And first time, go ahead.
I think a lot of people are upset just because Simmons is a hometown dude. I think that had a lot more to do with it than anything else. We'll see. I think only time will tell. Listen, I think really. Rule is in a win-win situation when it comes to this draft. If you look at it, I think because Rule, if it's bad, Rule can be like, man, Herney picked all the dudes. It's it's all Herney. But if it's a good draft, people are gonna credit Matt Rule for this draft because he's new.
I think,
and if everybody's successful, it's gonna be because of Matt Rule, not because of Herney. So I think Rule is in a win-win. You know what I'm saying? So
I think, yes, I feel the same way too. I mean, Rule, like I said, when he picks up the guys, he's got we finally got cornerbacks. If you in NFC South, we finally got cornerbacks that I believe, even we got Calvin Ridley or Julio Jones, even we got to go against Mike Evans, whoever. Or Thomas. Mike, we got the guys out back there that can cover. And I'm telling you, man, and I'm gonna go on a limb because I spotted that boy Jeremy CHINN way back, and I was like, this dude is a stud. And if we pass up on him, we'd be crazy. But, hey, give kudos to where, it deserves, man. It was Marty or Matt Rule, but I really believe we're going, we finally got a Mike Mentor, replacement. Finally.
I ain't going to go that far. I ain't going to go that far, bro. We'll see. I'm telling you. We'll see. I'm
going to tell you. Watch what I tell you. I'm going out on a limb on this, but I'm going to tell you. Watch what I'm telling you.
Your limb is mad thin, looking like a switch, bro.
This boy is Steve Atwater. He comes from good pedigree, man.
We'll see.
This is Steve Atwater's.
If Atwater is legit, if Atwater's mentoring this kid and maybe teaching him a thing here and there, but I don't even know Atwater's style would fly in this NFL.
Exactly. And listen,
Atwater was one of my favorite players as a kid.
Okay, we're gonna say this. Okay. We're gonna end this Atwater talk because listen, if Atwater been mentoring this kid, he wouldn't be at SIU. Okay, he would be somewhere else. Well, okay, so let's pump the brakes on the Atwater stuff.
He might not have the grades to go there, but I'm just saying. So far,
you don't gotta have good. You don't have good. Nah, you don't have good. You don't have good grades.
Be in college football, man. They have exceptions for them athletes.
It's facts.
And it's not an NCAA violation. Their GPA requirements are a little closer to the minimum spec. It's kind of like spades. They can go board and be okay.
Facts.
All right, bro. I want to get into Duke. I gotta run a 10.
All right, let me get that last thought because I got a couple more calls I got to get to.
Okay, man, it's good, man. Hey, man, you guys keep pounding, man. God bless you. Thanks, man.
All right, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right, the other 910, what's good?
Got a lot of 910 calls there,
Hey, 910 representing. 910 representing straight up.
Yes, sir. Shannon again.
What's up, Shannon?
What's up, y'all? My call is more about. I love the draft, and honestly, I give it A-. I would say I agree with a lot of what y'all said. And I'm a tweener. I get where Rashad's coming from, but I'm not as pessimistic, but I'm also not as optimistic as Dave.
Everybody A's, bro. You get an A. You get an A. Oprah and the A's out here.
Let these folks get these A's now. Don't hate.
But anyway, okay. So my call is more about the UDFA. And you guys would probably need more time to look into it, but you touched on it. I'm actually looking at Panthers.com right now. Two of the guys that Matt Rule picked up that he, or at least one of them, was a center for him. Trying to look for it.
Yeah, the kid came
out of Tecklenburg.
Yeah, he came out of retirement.
Sam Tecklenburg.
Yeah, he retired after this year and decided he didn't, he didn't want to play football anymore. He unretired to come back and play for us. Now that kid is intriguing because I think he would have been on some draft boards. I'm not saying he would have been picked like first round or second round, but he probably would have been a late round pick that we picked up from in undrafted free agency. So I will commend Rule on that. And it is another Rule connection. And just to, I think, correct the amount of Rule connections, I think there's 4 on the roster, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's 4.
I agree with that. One that's not is Frederick Moigoa. I'm not very good at pronouncing.
Yeah, I butchered his name too. But that's the kid from Washington State who I talked about.
Yep. And then there's a linebacker that played at Temple, Sam Franklin.
Yeah, I don't know much about him. There's not much out here.
I don't either. But like you mentioned though, Chris Orr is the guy I'm looking at, linebacker.
Yeah, I like that kid.
He's my favorite.
I like that kid a lot.
But a couple other guys you probably didn't mention I probably weren't really impressed about. But there was a defensive back we picked up from Mississippi, Miles Hartsfield.
Yes, I did see that. He's a tweener. He's a cornerback / safety. I need to know his athletic attributes before I can give a grade. I have to go back and watch some film on him. I'm not quite sure on that kid. I haven't dug into it, but he's 5'11", like 2 something, and he's cornerback. I think he played a lot of snaps at cornerback and can play safety as well. And I think he played every game in his collegiate career from freshman to senior. He started every single game, so that is impressive. But go ahead, my fault.
No, you're good. But then last thing on the UDFAs, I'd say run the tight end. I get where y'all are coming from your boy from Fresno State, Cam Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm liking from some of the tape I've seen with Giovanni Ricci, from a tight end out of Western Michigan.
Oh, the mafioso.
Back it up too.
The mafioso.
Yeah,
Giovanni.
Richie is smaller though. He's 6'3", a little short for a tight end.
Yeah, I haven't seen much on him. To be honest, I don't know his vibes. Go ahead.
But I'd say I was shout out to the 4-man rush too. They hosted me for the last 3 days with the draft. Kevin Avery, Will Harris. Those boys are awesome.
Yeah,
but anyway,
we love the 4-man rush. By the way, shout out to the 4-man rush, friends of the show. Always rock with them. If you're watching this show right now, go over to the 4-man rush, subscribe. You want to talk about X's and O's? They got you over there. They are way more advanced than we are. I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, that's just fact. They know the game. If you want to learn more about X's and O's, go holler at the 4-man rush. Go subscribe. Shout out to them. There's 200 people in there. If you don't know nothing about the 4-man rush, go learn and hit our like button right now. Appreciate it. It's 200 people. We need 200 likes. Hit the like button. Go ahead. Finish your.
We need it for the algorithms.
Sorry.
Go
ahead.
No, go ahead. Go
ahead, man.
But my favorite pick of this whole draft, I mean, Derrick Brown aside, and he's awesome. But his first round pick, but my favorite pick has to be BRAVVION Roy. I mean, Kevin Avery was calling it from the very beginning back in November that BRAVVION Roy was his man. Yeah. And I'd say the weakest pick, if there is one, I'd say, I mean, that we were kind of forced to do it, was Troy Pride out of Notre Dame. Cornerback U doesn't really rhyme with Notre Dame, in my opinion. But I mean, I'm not knocking it. I don't know nothing about it. But I feel like we're kind of forced to kind of make that pick. Why? Because he's healthy. He was a healthy corner, unlike the couple of corners that were up, like Bryce Hall, who you guys mentioned earlier. Another one, y'all, that may or may not have mentioned was Amit Robertson.
Yeah,
out of LA Tech.
Yeah, we talked about him last week.
And I was hoping we'd get him. We were all hoping we would get him.
The thing about Amik is he's a smaller corner, and we have a small corner on our roster already in Dante Jackson. Yeah. You can't have Amik Robertson and Dante Jackson as your starting corners. We would get destroyed just because they're so small. But
that's something I actually brought up with Will Harris. But Will is like their cornerback. Their cornerback guru, kind of like Kevin and Larry are kind of their lineman gurus. Mm-hmm. He loved Amik. I mean, I mentioned the same thing. He's small. He's like, man, he may be small, but he plays bigger than his size.
Yeah, that sounds nice. That sounds nice because Dante had that same vibration and how aggressive he was. They're both similar in that they got a lot of dog in them. But I just don't know. The knock, going back to Pride, I think the knock on Pride is that he doesn't have ball skills, right? So he fits.
No, he's another Bradbury. Yeah, he's another Bradbury. He doesn't turn around and intercept football.
I did the film session on him, and if you look, I mean, this dude does not play the football whatsoever. He uses his speed to stick. He's very sticky. He will stick with the receiver, stride for stride, but he cannot find the ball, and that's just an attribute. I don't know if that's something you can teach. I don't know, but we've taught, if you're going back in our history, especially with Rivera, the ball skills are not there. These dudes do not play. They play the receiver's eyes, and they're turned around. They get PIs. They get hit in the back of the head, in the back with the ball because they don't find the ball. And that's the knock with Troy Pride. So I'm hoping they can coach him. Again, I think the big thing with Pride, I think, is that he runs the 4-4. He got speed, and I think they're going to try to coach it. Just coach it out of him. And see what happens. I don't know. But go ahead.
Now, see, another thing I wanted to hit on, I was watching an interview of Jeremy CHINN, and I actually like pretty much Jeremy CHINN. I never heard of him until the draft, but, everybody's calling Isaiah Simmons like, I don't know that.
All right.
One of the things they were asking was, would he play quarterback?
Hold on one second.
Would he play?
Big Bassin. Hold on one second. We're going to get to you 1 second. This one got to be your last thought because I got one more call. He's been holding for a long time. But go ahead. Last thought.
Okay. But he was going to play corner. He's actually had experience playing cornerback, actually.
Yep.
But at the same time, I heard that he's not going to be playing corner. More than likely, like the last guy who was before me or two of them. He's more than likely a box safety guy. He's an Eric Reed type. And then what's the other? With Kenny Robinson, more than be the free safety. That's what I'm thinking. So that's it. I appreciate you letting me in once again.
Yeah, no problem.
And keep pounding.
Yeah, keep pounding, bro. I appreciate it. Call anytime, bro. You're welcome to call. All right.
Yes, sir. Big respect.
All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, 386. What's good, bro? I appreciate you holding on. I know you've been on there for a long time. I appreciate it. What you got?
Yeah, I've been on here for a long time.
I apologize.
But thanks for answering my call. No, you're fine. I just want to talk about the linebacker situation. Obviously, Taylor Whitehead and Shaq Thompson, they're most likely going to be our starters, but at that third linebacker, outside linebacker, or middle linebacker, I'd like to see Jeremy CHINN take in that role and maybe have Kenny Robinson at strong safety and Jeff Burris at the slot corner with Troy Pride and Dante Jackson outside at corner.
I think
think about that.
Yeah, I think that's interesting. I don't know, just because that position flexibility, that big nickel, whatever you want to call it for CHINN, I think that's where he fits. And then you talk about sliding. Who'd you say is strong safety?
Kenny Robinson.
So Kenny Robinson is strong. I don't think that fits.
But Burris a slot.
I don't think that fits Robinson. Robinson is more of a free. You want him playing in space. I think he has the range to, cause he's a bit rangy. So I think they like him in the back playing free safety. The problem with that is that I think obviously Trey Boston is there. So I think his best fit, you want to get players in their best role where they can, put them in a best place to succeed. And I think Kenny Robinson, that's at free safety. Now you can make a debate put CHINN at strong safety, having them playing the box safety. That I think is more likely to happen. And then you can put Burris. You can still put Burris at slot and have Troy Pride on the outside along with Dante Jackson. Or I think it's better to put Burris on the outside with I think Burris on the outside and then Dante on the inside with Pride on the other side. I think that could happen. I'm not sure though. CHINN again, this is the same. This is why you kind of stay away from Simmons, just to go back to circle this all the way back around. This is why Simmons would have not been a good pick for us, because we don't know where to put him, and that's the biggest problem with Isaiah Simmons. You get these tweener guys, and you just don't know where to put them. Had we had a better infrastructure, I think it would have been. I don't know. The Simmons pick would have been better, but CHINN it's confusing. We don't know where the hell he's gonna play. But I don't know.
Also, I have a question. I don't know what you guys think about this, but maybe Greg Little or Dennis Daly, and at that left guard, I don't really like Tyler Larson. I mean, he doesn't have that much game play. If you know what I mean? I think that might be a wasted third-round pick on Greg Little that we drafted a year ago.
Well, I think you're wrong in your assessment that Tyler Larson doesn't have because he had a lot of game experience at guard. He's played a lot of guard. He's played a lot of center too. I think he has probably more game experience than any of the people we have on our roster. That's why I put him on the heat map as the starter. Is he the best? Probably not. But he has the most experience. Daly, you can put there at guard for sure. I like Daly there. I don't think Greg Little has he does not fit at guard. I think he needs to be a tackle. Now, is he healthy enough to play? That's a completely different subject. But I think at guard, Dennis Daly, you can swap Dennis Daly for Larson for sure. I have no problem with that. But keep an eye on a couple of those undrafted guys too. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
And then everybody's obviously talking about Omar Bayless. I didn't hear about it until I watched your video about the undrafted free agents.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 6'3", 207 pounds, so he's a bigger guy. And maybe he could be that guy that we throw in the red zone and their jump balls, fades, and all that stuff too. Because we only have Robbie Anderson. He's our biggest receiver that we have. So, you think that could be a fit?
Yeah, I don't know if we got to pump the brakes on the Omar Bayless talk. I think he's only 6'1", by the way. Let me see. I'm just double checking.
Google. I don't know.
Yeah, he's 6'1", 212. Officially, that was at the combine. So I don't know that he's going to be any different from some of the guys that we have. Bayless, I think, again, I've said this a couple times. Bayless is a guy that he put up hella numbers at Arkansas State. And he was a guy that stretched the field. He beat a lot of guys. And listen, I saw somebody posted in the chat earlier that we said the same thing about Antonio Brown. Is this kid gonna be next Antonio Brown? Boy, I hope. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. I got lower expectations than that. I think he does not look that fast on film. If you turn on the film, he's burning some smallest talent, some small school talent. But then you turn on the film against Georgia, and they shut his ass down, okay? And that's my concern. That's my concern is that I don't know that he is going to be able to beat the NFL caliber cornerback. I don't care where you put him, slot, wherever. I don't know if he's going to beat. Now, I saw some clean route running. I did see that. He had some clean route running, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the guy that everybody's hoping he's going to be. I really think people need to pump the brakes on Omar Bayless talk. I think I think the Panthers like him. Obviously, they guaranteed $100,000 of his deal, which that's a lot for an undrafted free agent. It's more than what a lot of those guys getting. So I don't know. They like him a lot. I'm just saying pump the brakes a little bit.
What do you think about Miles Adams from Rice?
Miles Adams from Rice? I don't know. I really don't know much about him. I know he's I think he's a bit on the smaller side. I think he's like 6'1", 2 something. So I don't know much about. I haven't seen much tape. I've got to look into him, to be honest with you.
Okay. And then for the tight end position, everybody has Ian Thomas starting, which I think Ian Thomas is too. But you have to address that number 2. And we have Tim Hemingway, Chris. I forgot his last name. And then we have
Chris Manhertz.
Chris Manhertz. And then we have Duvall on our team.
Yep.
And then we also got Cam Sutton. Who do you think's going to be that number 2 tight end?
Definitely not Cam Sutton, because Cam Sutton he's a dude that's going to have to put on some weight. He's 6'6", I think 6'6", 2 something. I think he's a different type of tight end. I think he's going to be more of a receiving threat. Ian Thomas, it depends, because Brady, I don't know the scheme enough to know that Brady's going to use 2 tight ends. I know he didn't use them much at LSU. I know he rarely used Steven Sullivan, and obviously Thaddeus Moss was the guy. So I don't know that he's rolling out 2 tight ends like that. I think he's going to bring in another receiver, but that is going to put a lot of pressure on the offensive line. If we do add a second tight end, I think it's going to be more of a blocking guy, just to keep Bridgewater clean. So I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think that's why we have so many undrafted tight ends, because I don't think they know either. To be honest, I have no clue who's gonna be number 2.
I'll let you go. Thanks for answering my call. Keep pounding, everybody.
All right, bro. Keep pounding, bro. Keep pounding. All right, Dave. Yeah, you too, man. All right, Dave. That's it for the calls. Dave, do you have anything else that you wanted to discuss?
I think this is it, man. I think I'm good. I mean, I like the draft. I like what we did after the draft and the players that we picked up. I just, I'm kind of hoping that this COVID-19 thing gets to these phases, particularly phase 2, maybe phase 3, so folks can actually like get into the groove to try to teach some of these youngins the fundamentals. Man, I'm getting worried. Like I think we might not be good by default because of the new coaching staff and what how they're trying to put things together. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, no, it's going to be tough. That's why I think everybody's talking about tanking and trying to get in the best draft position for the quarterback next year. I think it's going to happen innately. I think we'll be bad just because it's no fault of Rule. I think they're building a decent team. I just think that, the lack of offseason and the lack of him getting in the building and being able to coach these guys is going to hurt us. Matter of fact, I think it's going to hurt any team that has a new coach. The Redskins, all those teams are going to be hurt just because they're not getting in the building, they're not teaching the system like that. The playbooks, all that stuff is just going to hurt everybody that has a new coach. So established teams are definitely going to be, your Saints, your teams that have established cultures and established programs and offenses and defenses that have been around for years with veteran players. They're going to be the better teams this year. And it's just going to – we're probably not going to hit our stride till about week 6 or 7. When things are going to start clicking for us. And this is just a guess. So I'm not sure. It's going to be tough. But anything else, Dave? Next week, what we going to talk about?
I'm good.
What we going to talk about next week?
I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. We got plenty of material.
Yeah, we do. It's a lot to talk about. So, hey, 201 people watching Dave. Make sure y'all hit that like button. I think we're going to shut it down, man. This has been a good show. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Got some of the better content, some of the best content, Panther content out here. So just subscribe. We're live every Monday at between 8:30 and 9 p.m. Just depends. I think we're gonna in the coming weeks it'll be 8:30 for sure. But yeah, man, we always gonna be out here every Monday, off season included. We're not gonna let you, on your own. We'll be here. So Dave, anything else before I hit this outro?
Appreciate the support, guys. I mean, this has been a fun episode. We'll be back next week. Stay safe out there in these COVID streets. Use common sense out in these COVID streets. And wear your mask during these COVID streets.
Yeah, real talk. But real quick, Dave, any thoughts on the Last Dance episode 3 or 4?
Oh my God, Dennis Rodman was savage, man.
Rodman was wilding, bro.
But it's crazy when they did the It's crazy. I understand why Phil connected with Rodman after watching episode 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jordan and Isaiah would box right now if they could,
That's funny.
Like if they straight up had the gloves popping, they would be boxing right now. I think Jordan would get in the ring right now with Isaiah. They do not like each other.
That's crazy.
At all. 30 years later, and they still throwing jabs at each other, man.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I think, Dennis Rodman was one of my favorite players. I just love the weirdness. Back in the day, I loved it. I loved his playing style on the.
He went to do Nitro too during that season.
Yeah, no, for sure, yeah.
Your son.
But what's so dope about that is like the greatest player in the world. Like the fact that Phil Jackson was able to manage all of that and even say, "Hey, man, we got to get this man his space. He's gonna be nice when he get on the court, but let him live. Let him live a little bit." And that's so dope, bro. That's so dope to me, man. And again, I never knew, like, just watching this stuff, I never knew all this stuff happened in the background. Like, I had no clue.
Well, I remember when he disappeared for a couple games. And I remember that like, because I was a big wrestling fan, so I also remember this man was showing up to these freaking Nitros.
Yeah.
And like, this was happening during the playoffs.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So, like, they let him live because, and I didn't realize the Pippen situation, though. That was news to me from the first 2 episodes. I didn't realize.
No, I didn't know that either.
I didn't realize that holdout game was that vicious.
Nah, I had no clue, bro. No clue, man. It's dope, man. How about B.J. Armstrong still looking like he 12?
But B.J. Armstrong, yeah.
Yo, that dude still like he 12 years old, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, but all right, yeah, man. Still watching that joint. That joint is great, man. Loving it. Loving the last dance.
Man. Jordan, man. Jordan cusses more than me.
Yo, yeah, he cussed a lot.
I think so.
I think that what flu game was that year.
The flu game was that season.
I think that was that season. I'm not sure, but not 100% sure. But I think it was. But yeah, man.
That's there's a lot. Like once, and it's cool how they're doing it. How they're going through Jordan's career about how he got to the championships, and on top of everything that was going on with '98, they're also talking about all right, this is what he had to go through to get to this point.
Yeah,
and the crescendo is going to come. So.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go ahead and close this thing out. We're gonna see you guys next week. I'm about to hit this outro, Dave. Oh, before we do that, hey man, you can find all these episodes. Make sure we upload these to Spotify and Apple Music. So Apple Podcasts. So make sure you subscribe to those, review, all that good stuff. Make sure you do that too. Just before I play this outro. All right, it's in the outro, but I want to make sure we reiterate that. But all right, Dave.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Panther Nation podcast hosted by Rashad and David. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you are notified when new episodes are posted. You can also catch episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and Podcast Addict. Review and rate this episode 5 stars and share it with all the Panther fans you know. And always remember, keep pounding. Thank you for listening to the Panther Nation podcast hosted by...
Keep pounding, people. We out of here.
I thought you was going to do it twice for emphasis, bro.
Nah, I had it on loop from the other videos I was doing. All right. Peace out, people. We'll see you guys next week.